Calling it a betrayal of the justice system, a Quebec judge sentenced a former police officer to 8 years in prison today for selling information to the Hells Angels. Benoit Roberge spent years as a cop cultivating sources within organized crime before turning into a mole for them. And as Mike Armstrong reports, his future now lies behind bars.
After a career spent putting bikers in prison, Benoit Roberge is now going to spend the next several years inside with them. A top-ranking police officer seen here in the middle of a biker event. His fall is now complete. The judge this morning sentenced the 50-year-old to 8 years in prison, 4 for breach of trust and 4 for participating in the activities of a criminal organization. It is close to the maximum.
The higher you rise, the higher you fall from me.
Now, it was recordings made by this Hells Angel that brought Roberge down. 10 conversations between the two men that make it clear the police officer was helping the criminal underworld. In his sentence read in court this morning, the judge says the contents of those conversations literally make one shudder and are unspeakable. It's hard to imagine worse conduct, he says, by someone trusted by the state. When Roberge pleaded guilty last month, he told the court he was threatened by the Hells Angels, and that's why he worked with them.
The conversation were casual.
The prosecutor in the case says there were no threats. The recordings are transactional. The men were negotiating. Now, police started thinking something was up in 2012. An operation Roberge was a part of swept down to make arrests, and 15 of the people targeted, including the ringleader, ended up not being home. They were tipped off with information from Roberge. Another twist to the tale, Roberge's spouse was the Crown prosecutor on that case. Now, the sentence was expected, suggested jointly by the Crown and defense. His lawyer says Roberge isn't surprised, but is devastated.
Totally. He has lost self-respect. That's something you don't cure of easily.
Now, the judge could have been a little bit more severe, but in sentencing Roberge, he lays out some mitigating factors. Among them, he points out that Roberge pleaded guilty quite early in this process, meaning some of what happened was never heard in court and never became public, something that could have endangered other investigations. He also says police are satisfied with the cooperation they've gotten from Roberge since his arrest, trying to control some of the damage he's done. Donna?
The end of an amazing story. Mike Armstrong in Montreal, thank you.